A police officer has told she feared she was going to die when a 14-year-old girl put a replica gun to her head and pulled the trigger. PC Kerri Trickey said she thought this is it when the pistol was put to her head during the incident in Newport on the Isle of Wight. The teenager pulled the trigger and shot the officer above the eye with the BB gun during the harrowing attack. PC Trickey was left with blood pouring down her face from the shot wound and had to have the cut above her eye glued back together in hospital. The officer confessed she was terrified and has thought of nothing else since the assault, as she branded the teenager a danger to others. The victim impact statement was read by prosecutor Liz Miller as the girl was sentenced at Isle of Wight Youth Court. She said, "The pain lasted over a week. I had to have the cut above my left eye glued together. In terms of the incident, I was in total shock. Although the injury has now healed, I had blood pouring from my eye." PC Trickey said, "When I was assaulted, it was really terrifying. There was so much blood, and I couldn't understand where it was all coming from. I was terrified. I could been shot. That was on my mind when I saw the gun she pointed at me." "I remember thinking, this is it. I was really terrified. I really believed I was going to be shot. I've thought of nothing else since. I'm constantly reflecting on when she pulled the gun out and how I felt to see that. When I saw her that day, I felt such tremendous pressure to act as I genuinely believed she was going to hurt a member of the public, and I knew it was my job to stop her doing that. I've been in the police 7 years and never had someone pull a gun on me. This is not something I ever believed I would have to deal with." "How does someone that age have such little regard for hurting someone? She is a danger." "There is no doubt she tried to hurt me." The girl, who cannot be named for legal reasons, was handed an 18-month detention and training order. She also used it to strike the officer above the eye, causing an injury that needed hospital treatment, prosecutor Liz Miller told the court. A member of the public who witnessed the attack managed to restrain the teenager. The girl admitted assault occasioning actual bodily harm and 3 counts of possession of an imitation firearm, namely a 6 or a .226 BB gun, with intent to cause fear of violence against 1 male and 2 females, under the Firearms Act. A teaching assistant at the Island Learning Centre, Newport, saw the gun being used against a pupil, also believing it to be real. "My initial feelings were of shock and fear. I was stunned," she said in her statement. To have a child bring the gun into school is shocking, whether it was real or not. When I saw her raise the gun and point it at the boy, I was so fearful when I heard the click of the trigger. I wondered what could have happened to me if I'd challenged the girl more forcefully or tried to restrain her. It will always stay with me. It looked like a real gun, enough for me to act as though it was a real gun. After the case, Chief Inspector Rob Bryan said, "This was understandably a concerning incident for the victims, who initially thought the weapon being carried was a viable firearm. We also want to thank the member of the public that intervened to help detain the suspect after one of our officers was assaulted." Assaults on police will not be tolerated. Police officers and staff perform a difficult and often dangerous role, but we do not view assaults as simply being part of the job.